I've really loved looking at rugby referees as a football referee to see what they do differently and what I can learn and what they could possibly learn. So today we're going to look at Luke Pearce.
Luke Pearce, oh no, it's a penalty advantage to South Africa. Collapsing them all.
Excuse me? Hang on. I don't need you running miles away saying that's a yellow, okay? Because if you do that, you might end up with him if I were to bin him, okay?
Always an interesting one. And we have the same thing in football of players coming up to the referee demanding that the other team gets a yellow card, red card or whatnot. And it's unsporting behaviour. And actually, that is enough to give him a yellow. However, exactly the same here. It's one of those things that ends up getting managed rather than actually actioned. I've never seen a football referee, and not myself either, giving a yellow card for someone wanting someone else to get a yellow card. It's always been managed by word of mouth. And it's interesting that referees in rugby do exactly the same thing as us in football.
Exactly. Well done, referee. Just keep your beak out of it, son, okay?
And Germany come all the way back into Canada's 22.
No need for that. There's no need for that. There is no need for that.
But a penalty reversed.
You just shoved him over, number one.
This highlights the fact that some situations are manageable, same as in football. Now that, yes, you could give a yellow card for that, same as in football, it's yellow card worthy. But sometimes you've got to manage that rather than discipline it, because it's almost petulance, it's stupidity that is manageable. And it's brilliant to see that it's very, very similar in rugby.
Well, on this occasion, it's Gloucester that affect the turnover out wide. Farrell protesting, saying he couldn't play the ball. Then marched back 10 for that. Referees having none of that. Saracens just simply didn't get numbers there.
Very Owen Farrell. I think everyone knows Owen Farrell for being quite gobby, right? What he did here, Luke Pearce stayed very calm and just signalled and walked another 10 metres. He didn't really speak much. He gave a couple of words at the end there, but he didn't speak much. But he kind of gets away in football. If you do that, they'll very much, not that you do the 10 metres, but if you do the way of just not talking and just giving signals, not talking. In football, the players get on your back and they accuse you of being rude and I'm just asking questions and all this. In rugby, actually, Owen Farrell realised he messed up and just went away. And it didn't matter that Luke Pearce didn't talk. And I think that's obviously down to the culture, the differences in culture.
Gloucester was secure over the ball.
We had a flag earlier on for a late tackle by you, but the advantage played through. Just,
you know, understand the energy levels.
Hey, I got energy levels too, but you got to maintain discipline, all right?
You didn't get looked out at
Good man management again.
Well, I didn't get picked. Yeah, no worries, man. Just.
Look, I know you're not seeing a bit.
Yeah, I know.
But
so
I'm getting a bit in the fucking dark places.
Fair enough. So let me tell you what I'm seeing now. You two having a really good competition, but it comes to a line now, so we can't cross it. Happy? I just got a knock on. We don't need to scuffle off the ball. It's a really good game so far. So let's crack on with the scrum, and you two can calm it down now. Yeah.
Do you know what? That is such a perfect example of brilliant refereeing. Now, these big players, and actually it's the same in football, have got big egos. Even these rugby players, you know, they still have egos that you have to almost fulfill. And what Luke Pearce has done, and what I do occasionally, is you compliment them first. Compliment them, say how good a game they're having and how good their team are playing and how good the contest is, but do not overstep the mark. And actually, by you saying how good they are, then they're less likely to give you grief, if that makes sense. It's like a half a shit sandwich. But amazing refereeing. Really, really good refereeing. Boost their confidence a little bit, and they're less likely to cause you grief.
Thank you. Let's go.
Oh,
it's
hey.
well, it may have been kept in by Thompson, but it was headed back out by Luke Pearce.
He just slam dunked it on his head.
I'm glad he can see the funny side of it. I'm not sure Thompson will be that.
I'm going to tell you something. Now, I was refereeing on the line yesterday. It was a football semi-final game. And amazingly, I kept the ball on the pitch. Because I was running down the line and a player went to clear the ball out and it literally just bounced off my legs. I couldn't get out of the way. I tried jumping, couldn't get out of the way, and it stayed on the pitch. Now, it would have gone off. We gave a throw. That's the correct thing to do. It happens. Running the line is a dangerous game.
Press.
Off feet. Walk away. No, listen. You two must stay up. You can't just fly off your feet. Hang on. Listen. He's gone above the horizontal and then he's landing on his neck. I've got no option but a red card. You're joking.
That one was an interesting one, I thought, because he explained clearly why he's going to give a red card. It did look like the team then wanted to complain and it almost kicked off. But Luke Pearce sensibly showed the red and walked away. And then he isn't then going to clash. There's no clashing going to happen there because he's just walked away from the situation. Once again, really good.
And then the kick comes from Gibson Park. And Keith Earls is after this one. Villiers underneath it.
So
and it's a penalty,
Ireland.
And a little bit heated.
I'll come into you, Christoph, a second. Just get some time. Here we
This
are.
might be the one.
Red scrum hat. Yeah, clear trip. I think it's the second row, isn't it? Hang on.
Of course, sneaky from the French.
And a trip in rugby is a yellow card.
Sneaky French.
With the neck of a South African. But hang on, doesn't matter. It's a legal shoulder charge. It's in the framework. It's a red card.
Well, if it wasn't bad enough.
He's so precise with his knowledge of the laws of the game and explaining it. It's absolutely brilliant to watch. You look at him and you think he knows the laws of the game word from word.
At 40 points to 0, it's just got worse for Canada.
It's been really interesting this season, watching Europe, how Leinster have changed their template to suit the opposition that they're playing, and I think in particular of the Exeter Chiefs game away at Sandy Park, perhaps.
Yeah, there's no cookie cutter offensive system for Leinster. It's very much based on what the other side does in defence and what players they have to utilise.
Fellas, it's quite obvious I made a mistake there. It's a knock-on by your guy in the catch.
Turn game there.
Okay.
Turn game at the Aviva Stadium. Leinster trailing 17 points to 3.
A good referee will always admit when they got it wrong. On simple decisions like that, of course. Not necessarily on goals or tries and things. But on decisions like this, it is always good to get the respect of the players to admit you've got something wrong, because we are all humans. Referees are all humans and we make mistakes. Sometimes we have to pretend that we haven't made a mistake just to show that we're in control and not to lose the players. But in times like this where there's no real chance of a try, or there's no, in football, if there's no real chance of a goal and it's in a sort of safe zone, it's always good to admit if you've got something wrong. It just gets the players on your side and they realise, oh, actually, he's all right. He made a mistake and he admits it.
Wood meeting.
The hell is he doing?
Discussion afterwards.
Trevor, that's not enough to reverse the penalty. That's a push.
There's a push, but there was a push to the
Farrell again.
Which was unnecessary.
Yeah, for me, that's not a reversal in penalty. I'll speak to 10. We just need to make sure we're happy with the penalty only for the tackle. Yeah, there are arms involved.
I'm more than happy with the penalty only.
That's fine. So just come here a sec. 10.
I always love the communication with
Listen, hang on a
TMO.
minute. Let's
It's
not get too
brilliant.
carried away with everything here. It's a late tackle. Okay, if that's a penalty, there's no need to push him. We're not going to reverse it. Yes, you do maintain.
I was just worried that he's got it in my knee. That's
He's
all.
got arms involved. So
No,
tackle. Just late.
Was it that late?
Just a late tackle. Okay, late tackle.
Once more into the teeth of the gale. Cipriani held it up for Balavu.
Quick, get out of the way. We've all been there. We've all been there. Oh, woohoo!
Fellas, lads, are you two finished? Yes, sir. Right, we had this chat in the first half. I didn't get involved down here. If we have anything after the whistle, I will penalise the next event. Tell your players.
That was a good last clip with the captains. This is something I've implemented in my refereeing since watching these rugby referee videos. I've implemented using the captains and giving them the responsibility that they never normally get from normal referees in football. I now call if tensions are rising and I need to calm things down or something's happened. I will pull the captains in, give them the responsibility that they need to sort their teams out. And it works so well. It really, really does work so well. And these are the sort of things that referees in football can take from rugby referees that I have taken that is improving my game. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Please do let me know your thoughts on Luke Pearce and what you think of him as a referee. Make sure you like and subscribe, and I will catch you next time.